is when I'm substituting it for incredible.
So I guess it means incredible.
I guess it does.
It's kind of like flabbergasted.
It's like
Flabbergasted?
Yes, yeah.
So you were the only one that showed up.
You run the series, and here I am like, man, he's late. I guess I'm his secretary. We'll buy him some time.
That's what we expected. We actually did it on purpose because we wanted to see the look on your face when we walked in.
Well, sometimes you have to test someone's true love, and I see just the look on your face.
So I just did. I was gonna make a joke, but this is a PG panel.
There's nothing more satisfying than seeing your lover cry over you. I wouldn't know. I'm assuming.
I ship it.
So, what have you guys thought so far? MSP, you guys having fun? Yeah! Good. How many of you have seen Bronies react?
No!
That's about it.
Oh, me neither.
Yeah, so this panel is, I told you about that. We were having a conversation about like what you naturally do on mic. I work at a racetrack as an announcer. Gabe occasionally works on mic as, what do you do?
I was the lead singer for the 7th Fleet Band in Japan. So I got to tour the world and sing pop songs in the Navy. It was really weird.
And so we both kind of have these different ways of handling the mic. And we were going over the Who's Line panel we did. Did any of you see that, by the way, the Who's Line panel?
No!
I still have some cake in my ear, so. But we were watching that and talking about how, you know, when I start laughing, I always, don't laugh in the mic because I'm like, well, I'm having a good time. And where you were talking about how you do the opposite whenever you're about to make a noise.
But the problem is it's reflexive. It's completely beyond my control. So if I'm about to laugh, or if any kind of sound is about to come out of my face, including a burp or a sneeze, I will put the mic up to it. And I've done that in some situations where it wasn't the most appropriate. But this is not one of them.
We have 5 seats up here. Where are the other 2?
Alright, so admittedly, I guess, I just like asking questions in this one right now. Like, it's a Q&A panel, but we're the Q and you're the A. So,
Always remember, you are the A.
who was at the concert last night? Who was there until the very end? And you guys are here? My voice is just about gone. I'm going to sound like Rainbow Dash during this panel, which isn't that bad of a thing, but I know you need to be excited about this. Are you excited about that?
Yes, I guess.
Good. But what we're pretty much going to do up here is do a lot of Q&A. We had a panel like this at BronyCon, and we talked about a little bit about the series, which you guys probably know most about. And we had a ton of people that wanted to ask questions, and what was kind of a bummer was that we weren't able to get through a lot of the questions. There was a huge line of questions still going through, and I was told that I believe we have a mic set up somewhere. There it is, perfectly where I won't be able to see the person's face, just how I like it.
Excuse me?
That's their number one.
I like to imagine what they look like when I hear their voice. Wow.
Race, how about you tell us about Bronies React for the people who haven't seen it?
Yes. Is there anyone here who hasn't seen a Bronies React on YouTube? Okay. So what we do is we'll react to something that's major in the community, whether it be a video that someone created or an episode, usually a premiere or a finale. And it started off originally from a video from a series called Teens React, and they did a reaction to My Little Pony, specifically to the men that watch it. All they...
Men that watch My Little jokes every time.
It's a little bit strange.
It's disturbing.
I give you that. And what happened was they showed them the intro and then asked them questions and said, so, why do you guys like this show? And it wasn't a very positive response from the teens.
They're teens.
And so what I decided would be kind of funny is if we just did kind of a parody react back at them. Like, hey, why don't we just, say, or just basically kind of turn the tables a little bit and be like, well, react back at you, buddy. And we did it. And I was thinking, it'll be kind of a funny thing, you know, gather some guys that maybe the community will recognize and just have some fun with it. Well, within 3 days of the upload, it hit 100,000 views. And I was like, oh. Huh. Now, neither of these guys were actually in that first video, but throughout the series, what I like to do is bring in new faces. Sometimes something just really clicks, and with both these guys, it kind of did. Have you guys seen Saberspark in any of these reacts? Did you guys see him get stuck in Equestria in the last one?
Yeah! I have concluded.
Obviously, he's still there. And then, of course, Black Griffin, also in the reacts.
I had pizza between my teeth the entire time, but you couldn't see.
I was thinking about just like doing a super zoom right on it and just being like. Well, I mean, there's not much that you can't do besides floss.
I have to be bad at something. Oh, that was so cocky. Someone did that.
Good morning, everybody.
We haven't had our coffee yet either.
No, well, basically, I mentioned how I was doing convention vlogs, which I did with you guys. Gabe and I, we were looking out the window just before we went to bed, and we're like, you know, it's funny, it looks like the sun's coming up. The sun's coming up.
That late?
It was only like 5:30.
What time did you go to
break?
You went to bed at 5:30.
Yes.
What's wrong with you people?
A lot is wrong. So we have what?
Oh, hey, Mike.
Oh! We also have a guy that managed to wake up. Mike the microphone, ladies and gentlemen.
I have no idea how I'm awake.
I have no idea how I got here.
I really don't. That too. I was up till 4:30 playing Mario Kart. No joke, no. My friends were talking smack. They were like, hey, try and beat this time trial time. I beat it by a full second.
Well, glad you can make it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike the microphone in quite a few of our reacts as well. Mike, last night, I want to talk a little about the concert. What I'm always amazed about is when I do see you the morning after a concert, because you exert a ton of energy just by going, and next up, the Liver Tombstone! And I'm just like, man, that guy works the mic.
Dude, seriously? Like, I can hold that for like a good 5 seconds longer.
Well, my voice is shot. My voice is gone after this. But no, thanks for being able to join us up here.
Absolutely, no. I thought it was going to start later, and I actually panicked when I saw that it was already going.
Well, to be honest, I thought it was going to start later too. I showed up about 2 minutes. Yes, just a little bit. But yeah, so we're just about at the point of jumping into Q&A. I figure what we'll do first is just kind of introduce ourselves. I've already talked about who everyone is up here. You guys pretty much know who I am. As I said, I make the Bronies reacts. I do some convention vlogs. I make some random videos on my channel. Saber, what do you do?
ADD is one heck of a disorder. I do all kinds of stuff. I do random videos where I wear high heels and jump in bounce houses. I do videos where I run away from pandas and shoot them. Right there.
Yes.
I do videos where I talk about My Little Pony and like gender roles and social norms and whatnot. So I can't decide like on one thing to stick with. So I just try to do it all. That's my stuff.
Hello, everybody. I started out doing animations and stuff, like the Twilight Licious thing and the Pinky Licious and stuff. And then other people took it over. I was like, thank you. And then I started doing music. And that's kind of what I do. Right now I'm working on an album with my brother, Basic, who is in Pensacola, Florida, flying jets. No big deal. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I do.
And Mike, sometimes I kind of consider you the video game guru of this community.
You know what? I'm pretty damn good at video games.
That's why I don't play.
No, my God, no. I am terrible at video games. No, I do music and sometimes dramatic readings when they strike me just right. Oh my God, the Alley Fangirl thing took off.
Mike, if you're still sitting up here by the end of the panel, like I'm almost worried that
Right,
chair's a
I'm
little
just
high
gonna
because
kind of-
I'm falling asleep.
No, I'm getting there. It might happen.
Awesome. Well, what do you guys think? You ready to open it up to Q&A?
Do it.
Yeah, go
All
for
right,
it.
let's do this.
Make it so.
So if you guys have a question, the microphone is in that vicinity.
The microphone is to your immediate left. Please line up.
both
Single
sides?
file line. Thank you.
Oh, there too, guys.
Is there?
Yeah.
Wow, we have a mic on either side.
What's perfect about phones is that the speakers
That's
will...
Mike, that's it.
So what do you think that person looks
Step
like?
up, don't be shy. Ask whatever you like now.
Sounds excellent.
Can we get like some Jeopardy music playing?
Well, that was the other thing too. We had an awesome couple of days so far. The concerts were just off the hook,
Unfreaking believable.
and the AV guys have been just all over
my
this
God,
stuff. So once again, can we give them a round of applause? Now, there's one guy, Jeremy, who I've been like going back and forth, like, can we do this? Is it okay if we get cake all over the stage? Just pretend like you didn't tell me that and we'll go with it. Okay, cool.
There's still cake on the stage, by the way.
And as Gabe and I were heading over, all of a sudden we realized, why is Jeremy sitting here if the panel starts in 5 minutes? He was getting some breakfast and whatnot, but no, it looks like everyone over there's got it covered, so good on ya. Good on ya! Ah,
What does that mean?
I was gonna ask the
I
same
don't know, I
question.
think it's Australian for good on ya. Yeah. All right, so how about we start on, what side do you guys like?
I like the left.
Ours
My
or theirs?
left. My left.
All right, let's start on the left.
So, my favorite scene in the Bronies React is when you're talking about whenever someone has a camera put in front of them, they take their opinion to the extreme and then just stares at the camera for a few seconds. What is your favorite moment in any of the Brony Reacts?
That is always a tough question. I want to also mention, he's referring to a reaction by Denotive, who was also rocking it out here for the last couple of days. Did you guys see Denotive? Yeah! Isn't that guy incredibly sexy?
Understatement.
Favorite moments?
Got a few. During the season 2 finale react, there was this moment where Black Griffin. Okay, it was during the scene I think when Cadence kind of showed that she was Chrysalis, and it was going to a commercial break, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, oh no!" And then Gabe here, all of a sudden, he's just looking at the screen all intently, and then he goes, "Ah!" He just screams bloody murder, and it was just out of nowhere. And I was at work at the time. I was a lifeguard. I was walking to the pump room on my phone because it's Adult Swim. And I was kind of watching it. And I just kind of like falling over laughing. It was just so out of left field. That was my favorite moment from the series.
We had an episode that, for some reason, the commercial almost stuck out as much as the episode did. Gag. And I don't know, just the way that spiraled downward, and it kept going downward. That was probably one of my favorite moments in the React series, because just, like, what's going on? Why is Gag
I think
back?
Dean Odom summed up the best. He was just sitting there. He's like,
What was he watching though?
Why is Gag back?
Yeah, but there was something on his computer, like, it didn't sound like the Gak commercial to me. I hear this, and he goes,
It was like
That
the
was the
very
Gag
end,
commercial.
Yeah, it was like the very end of it. He put it in slow motion for some reason. I don't know.
that's great. My favorite moment is probably in Brony Director Equestria Girls, when Celestia walks out. And Sirius Rex goes, "She's really tall, like a giant, like a titan." And it cuts to this animated thing where he's taken the opening, music from Attack on Titan, and he's pasted faces of all the characters over the Titans and everything. And then at the very end, he has this little thing that Black's like, "See, PM beers, I can edit."
I have to say anything that involves editing Jacksplayed, or not Jacksplayed, SaberSpark's voice into music. I've seen many things where people take just clips from the reacts and then make music just using your screams and your voice.
There was the Brody Can.
Yeah, that was it. That was the one. Yeah,
Great.
that had to be my favorite thing that came out of me.
That guy is rumored to make another one, right?
Yeah, he commented on the latest react that we did, and he's like, so, another react's out, ... And he put it like 100 rows down, ... And I'm like, the anticipation builds. So I want to ask one more time, how many of you did see the season 4 finale? And the react that came with it?
Wow.
What did you guys think of Jacksplayed? Jacksplayed, he sent me his footage. For those that don't know, he's incredibly into anime, DBZ. Yeah.
Oh man, that's my jam, man. When the last like whoopage, and then he's like, oh man, no, I have that. It's like whoopage. He's like, you pounded the ground. I was like, let's go whoopage.
That entire scene, when I first got footage from everyone, he sent me something, and it was like 3 minutes worth. I'm like, okay, if you want to send me anything extra, that works too, Jax, because you sent me 3 minutes worth of stuff. And then I watched it. And I've never seen someone freak out for so long and not shut up. I was like, this is phenomenal. So that was another favorite for me.
Didn't you like approach him saying, hey Jax, can you go back and like record some more like questions?
Yeah.
And he's like, my voice is gone, I can't.
No, he pretty much did that first, and he was like falling over. He's like, I need a break. So yeah, Jacksplayed, and of course, I also want to give a shout out to everyone else. There's been I think this convention had the most people from Bronies React. I know we have up here Paleo Steno. Paleo, please stand up. Yes, B-Vids, who's been around, I don't see him in here, but he might be asleep, and I don't blame him, or he might be hungover.
Or both.
And we mentioned G-Noda, but a lot of people who've been in the reacts, and everybody who isn't here, who couldn't make it, have been in the reacts. We added it up. It's, what, 39 people?
Yeah, I did the math. I think it was like, we've had 39 people from the fandom and like 5 people or 4 people from the show who've been on the series. So, sorry. Yeah, but we've had a lot of people show up in this series. It's pretty cool.
By the way, I just realized that was one question. This is why we don't get through many.
That's when I started.
Go.
Let's go over to the right side.
What up, guys? All right, listen. My question has the potential of being two-part. Now, I understand that the video is shot at one point in time, then sent in. Now, do you guys because I don't know if you're waiting for Ace's message essentially, like, hey, send me in your footage. Do you guys watch the episodes on the release date, or do you wait a little while for it? And if you do wait, how does the anticipation just kill you, going like, everybody else has seen the season 4 finale and I haven't yet?
For me, this was actually a funny scenario for Equestria Girls, because I refused to watch Equestria Girls until I had the camera in front of me. Sometimes it's one way, sometimes it's the other. I don't really have you guys can't watch it until you're filming it. It's pretty much, people do it both ways. Like, Gabe, I know sometimes you'll be sitting there and I have 45 minutes worth of footage and you're like, wait, what? This happens in the episode? I'm like, okay, well, he's watching it for the first time. But then other people, they'll edit their stuff down. I was going to mention the Equestria Girls, for me, the problem with that was that the reason that it was about a month after it came out, or maybe a month and a half, was because of all the conventions going on. So everyone's like, this Flash Century guy, and I'm like, yeah. Is he from like an anime? I don't get it.
Yes.
I don't know exactly how you guys do it.
Well, I usually watch it like on the Hacks Mega live stream, and then
Shout out.
shout out to Hacks Mega. Does anybody else watch his live stream at all? Hacks Mega? Yeah, I like his stuff. All right, but I'll watch it there, and then I'll usually watch the episode again with Paleo on Skype, and then Race will like light the beacons of Minas Tirith and say it's time to do the react, and then I'll watch it the third time and make little notes about this. The thing is, some people think we're not genuine with our reacts, like it's just a bunch of over the top stuff, but like I'll keep little notes of what I thought when I first saw certain things in episodes and put them on a piece of paper, and then go back and react to it. So that's how I do it.
I do that too, and again, it kind of depends on the episode and if I had time to watch it before, and even sometimes I do have time, I decide not to, depending on how big the episode is. But what I like to do sometimes is watch it through once and film myself. And sometimes my reaction is internal, because obviously when you're sitting in your house watching it, you don't go, whoa, that one part where they did that one thing and they did, you know? So
You just turn to that invisible person who's not in your room like, did you see that?
I do
Did
that.
you see that?
I do that sometimes, but it's not when I'm watching
Because
TV.
their heads like, we worry.
But you know, what I just try to do is externalize my initial reaction. And sometimes I'll have the video window small, and I'll take notes on the things that I want to react to on the right, and then I'll just kind of read them. Sometimes. But yeah, it's just kind of externalizing what is inside.
And then I know for you, Mike, one thing that we do a lot, you're kind of the specialist when it comes to like the short videos, the fan videos that are out there in the community or maybe outside of the community. So I imagine for you, how exactly does it work for you? Have you ever seen a video that you've never seen before?
Almost every, well, okay, with the exception of Cupcakes HD. Smile HD, when I saw that for the first time, I was like, oh my god. I knew what I was getting into the moment it started, but I didn't expect that. So that kind of, that caught me off guard really badly. But for the most part, I just try to avoid watching anything until he's just like, hey, watch it. And I'm like, all right, here we go. Going in blind.
And yeah, and one thing that I've pointed this out before, but what I'll do is I'll send them, for a whole episode it's a little bit different, but I'll send a huge format, and what it does is it just has a breakdown of the scenes and kind of like my thought on it. Just I know that you were laughing, I had a typo.
Yeah, he had a spelling error. I think it was like, instead of Luna, it was like Tuna or something like that. Princess Tuna,
How do you
character.
even do that, dude? Ellen and Tyr nowhere near each other on the keyboard.
Well, when I have as much sleep as I had today, it's actually a very easy thing to do. Actually, and I'll say it out loud.
Fanfic out of that Princess Tuna.
You cry for me. I'm stuck in the sea.
Next question.
I was wondering, for Jeffrey over here, I have a present for you. Could I give that to you now or later?
Jeffrey.
They know your street name.
It's you.
That means they know where you live.
And then a question for Jeffrey, Gabriel, and Mike over here.
He knows all of it.
Except mine, apparently. Wow. Poor Mike.
Could you sign my boobs?
I actually already said, the last gentleman who asked the question, I signed his nipple last night, actually. That is the third nipple I have signed.
Meet us after the show.
We're very colorful family.
So that present, now or later?
What do you think?
I think now.
Okay, let's do it now.
I'm nervous.
So we've got.
I'm nervous.
I'm too tired.
What do we got here?
Scared, be very scared.
It's from Star Trek.
It is.
It's from the parking lot.
This is the first piece of the orbital friendship cannon.
Is someone
That's mine. It's from Larson's car.
Thank you, sir. I will cherish this forever.
I want to know where you got it.
I got from Walmart.
Wait, what? So Walmart's in that business now.
No, car Walmart, yeah.
5-finger discount.
Next question.
In a nutshell, from start to finish, what is like the process of making a Bronies React video?
All right, so this last episode that we had, it came out May 10th, I think. And for this one, I was already contacting people saying we're going to be doing a react, and that's about it actually. I just said we're going to be doing a react. I'm
That's
gonna
all
set up
you
the format.
do.
That's pretty much all.
Hey, we're doing a react. Here's the paper.
Enjoy. So for what I'll do is I'll send out a format, And usually it comes out a couple days later. I got this one out like an hour or two later because I think I was going to be gone for a couple of days, and I'm like, I want to get this out before MSP, and cut it very close with that. So I send out a format, and I usually give people a week or two to give me their footage in because we all have lives. I'm not like, hey, what do you mean you have to go to work? What do you mean you have to go to school? So yeah, so I like to give people a chance to get their footage in. That's why I would never suggest, oh yeah, expect something out in the next few days. I always kind of just wait and build it up a little bit. It's usually a 1 to 2 week process of getting footage. And then once I have the footage, it's about a week worth of editing. And I know I answered this last time. I said it's about a month-long process. And it still is. The editing, I have to go through, I sort the footage, I watch through everyone's stuff, and then I start cutting it up, and then I start putting it in order, and then I kind of do this so I don't miss anything, because sometimes something will end up, you know, I mentioned this also at BronyCon, how I can't go off of time codes in the editing process audio clips in the editing process, because sometimes people don't say something when I'm editing it. Like, I referenced you at BronyCon, it's like, all of a sudden you'll just get this facial expression. I was not used to that here. But, so overall, once I get the editing done, I generally post it. Yeah.
What about writing the description and the title? Okay,
That's just there when it uploads, man.
He's got an intern for that.
Oh, Seville.
Yeah, it's you.
Are you
college hours?
You're his hot secretary, right?
We just need a mini skirt. That's an understatement.
I would-
bonus reaction.
I would pay to see that, actually.
We wouldn't be the first.
Okay.
Next question.
Alright, Gabe, do you think you got your message across on your opinion on the Twilight Century ship? And everyone else, do you think he got his message across?
No.
What do I have to do next?
You have to get a tattoo on
You
your
need to
chest.
jump out of a higher plane.
It was a bit subtle. For those that don't know, Gabe jumped out of a plane to get his message across that he did not agree with the Twilight and Flash shipping, because there was a reason behind it. Weren't you?
No, there's no reason.
No, I thought it was something about your OC. And,
No.
Are you sure?
He's supposed to be dating his OC.
I thought so.
My pony like boo. Yes.
That's actually a very kind of interesting story, because when when I was talking to Gabe, he's like, okay, so I have this footage and I want to do this with it, and I thought that was a hilarious little deal of yours.
Thank you. No, yeah, I filmed Bronies React, and I was scheduled to hike. Thank you. Mount Fuji the next day, and then I realized that I record with my iPhone. It's the camera of champions. I realized that it had stopped recording like 5 minutes in, and I was like, so then I had to hike Fuji. And then when I was up there, I was like, I'm gonna do something with this. So I did. I filmed the thing on top of Fuji, and then I got back and I was incredibly sunburned and stiff, and I was like, trying to react to everything. And then that's when I was like, if I'm gonna do the Fuji thing, I might as well take it to the next level. And so yeah, I did the skydiving thing. I'm a skydiver.
What aren't you?
A philanthropist.
A human, apparently.
The worst part is when I'm watching this footage of skydiving, I'm like, I'm never gonna top this. What I gotta do is jump off the skyscraper without a parachute and hope I bounce off like a canopy. Maybe it's like, boing, Luna's best pony.
All right, next question.
You guys can feel free to say no to this, but can I hug you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
$5.
Pull it out.
I got it right here.
Mike!
You know what? Actually,
I can't stand right.
Friendship truly is magic.
Gross.
You are such a bro.
Sister.
Next question, and then I think after that question we'll stick to this side as far as the line goes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yo.
Are you planning to add any more Bronies to the Bronies React series?
Say that again?
Are you planning to add any more Bronies to the Bronies React series?
Always. I always try to have at least one new face in every React. We have our kind of our regulars, and then people that I like to kind of sort through and get everyone in. Like Mike, when I was talking to you about the panel, you're like, well, I kind of haven't been on one in a while, but
I've been on like 2, I think.
but it's you're so iconic, you know. But so I always like to get new faces in. I don't like to reveal potential faces because sometimes they don't work out. I usually just save it until I hit upload, and then people are like, oh, like we had I'm a Toon Link. He was a new addition. Have you guys seen his videos?
Yeah!
What's your favorite? Well, I know my favorite video of his is probably the first one I ever saw on his channel.
Let's go to the castle.
That was him? Oh my gosh, I'm the biggest fan.
Your video, Saber Spark, where you dropped your
See my mom afterwards.
Fluttershy dropped it down the head, just broke off.
My mom was walking up from the basement when I did that, so I'm like, you know, I believe in you. Shut up! She sees a little pony bouncing off the floor, and she's like, what's wrong with my 25-year-old son?
So yeah, to answer that question, yes, I always try to get someone new in it, you know, keep it fresh and all that. Next question.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
What's your opinion on the new Equestria Girls movie and the Rainbow What time are you going to leave?
10 minutes.
Monday.
It's a sequel.
Talking about how we do these ranks sometimes, I sometimes make it to where I don't see too much of something beforehand. I've actually avoided watching any of the shorts that have been released because
All 15 of them?
Well, every week they're like, by the way, here's another thing. We extended it by 3 minutes.
Technically, it's like by the time they're done, they'll have a full feature-length film of shorts already there. They're sneaking in a third film, we don't even know it yet.
So for me, I haven't seen actually that much regarding it yet. I've been waiting for a trailer to come out from Hasbro. Once they have finally given me one, then maybe we'll have something to do with it. Yes. Yeah, I don't know, opinion-wise, I mean, do you have any thoughts besides money?
Not much, except if I see Flash Century again, I'm gonna ride a tiger.
Guys,
Don't do it!
okay, so we all know in the equestrian world, Big Mac is kind of dating Shirley, right?
Yeah!
But in the equestrian world, he's a student and she's a teacher, so I'm like, wait a second, this is scandalous. What's going on here?
That's a fantastic point.
Hasbro, got you!
I honestly have no comment on either. Their hair is nice, I guess. It's huge! I could live in that! You could rent out space in that!
I'm still freaked out a little bit by their body geometry. I'm like, those legs are about 4 times as long as they're supposed to be.
No, I gotta say though, I was getting a Mad Bon Jovi vibe from frickin' Rainbow Dash though. Like, wow!
Rainbow Dash. Next question.
What are your least favorite episodes?
Married-to-well. Mysterious married-to-well.
Oh! Daring don't.
Well, I hate that one, but because you said that. I don't remember what it's called. The owl one. The first owl one.
Owlicious?
Yes. I couldn't see it.
All's well that ends.
All's well. Right, I forgot. That's a pun.
Somebody
I
else.
repressed it.
Always fun.
I was very confident with that answer.
Oh, jeez, what?
They ended up one episode.
God, probably the Iron Will episode. I just do not like Fluttershy. It's just dumb.
Oh, crap!
I don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't. I've said this.
Roll down.
No, I did not like it. I'm sorry. Did not enjoy it. Did not enjoy it.
Next question.
Yeah, this one is for ACRacebest.
Yes?
Me and my friend Loshai were wondering how the heck you record all your videos and like have them out the next day. Like, do you like stay up all night to edit?
The convention vlogs, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's funny because when I do stay with, usually rooming with people,